There is a reason hospitals feel different at night. The fluorescent lights hum a little louder, the hallways stretch a little longer, and somewhere in the basement levels where the living rarely go, something waits. Welcome back to Dark Hospital Diaries. Tonight, I'm going to tell you a story that was never supposed to leave the walls of St. Miriam's General Hospital. A story that 3 night shift workers swore to never speak of again. A story about a morgue door that opens on its own every single night at exactly 3 a.m. But here's what makes this different from every other ghost story you've ever heard. They caught it on camera. And what they saw changed everything they thought they knew about death. St. Miriam's General Hospital was built in 1951 in a small town I've been asked not to name. For decades, it served as the only medical facility for nearly 40,000 residents. Births, deaths, and everything in between. All of it happened within those pale green walls. The morgue was located in sub-level 2. To get there, you had to take a service elevator that groaned like it was in pain, walk down a corridor lit by lights that flickered without reason, and pass through 2 sets of heavy double doors. Most staff avoided it after dark, but Marcus Chin didn't have that luxury. Marcus was a night security guard, 53 years old, former military, the kind of man who didn't believe in ghost stories, superstitions, or anything he couldn't see with his own 2 eyes. He'd been working at St. Miriam's for 11 years without a single incident, until February 14th, 2019. Valentine's Day, the night the morgue door first opened on its own. It was 2:58 a.m. when Marcus noticed something strange on the security monitors. He was sitting in the control room, halfway through a thermos of black coffee, when movement caught his eye. Camera 7, the one pointed directly at the morgue's main entrance, showed the heavy steel door trembling. Not opening, not yet, trembling, like something on the other side was pushing against it. Marcus leaned forward, set down his coffee, watched. At exactly 3 a.m., and I mean exactly down to the second, the door swung open, slowly, deliberately, as if an invisible hand was pulling it from the inside. Marcus waited for someone to walk out, a doctor, a technician, anyone. But the doorway remained empty, just blackness, perfect, absolute blackness that seemed to swallow the light from the corridor. The door stayed open for exactly 13 seconds. Then it closed slowly, gently, like someone was being careful not to make a sound. Marcus told himself it was an air pressure issue, old building, bossy seals, nothing more. He almost believed it. Until it happened again the next night. And the night after that. And every single night for the next 3 weeks. By the end of February, Marcus had documented 17 incidents. Same time, same door, same 13 seconds. He reported it to maintenance. They found nothing wrong with the door. The hinges were fine. The seals were intact. There was no logical explanation for why a 300-pound steel door would open on its own. So, Marcus did something that would haunt him for the rest of his life. He decided to investigate. On March 3rd, 2019, Marcus took the service elevator down to sub-level 2. He brought a flashlight, a two-way radio, and a digital camera that he had borrowed from his daughter. The corridor was silent, the kind of silence that feels heavy, oppressive, like the air itself is holding its breath. He positioned himself 20 feet from the morgue door and waited. 2:55 a.m., nothing. 2:58 a.m., the lights begin to flicker. 2:59 a.m., the temperature dropped. Marcus could see his breath forming clouds in front of his face. 2:30 a.m. The door didn't tremble this time. It flew open. And Marcus saw something that made his blood turn to ice. Standing in the doorway, barely visible in the darkness, was a figure, pale, motionless, wrapped in what looked like a white hospital sheath. It had no face. Where the eyes, nose, and mouth should have been, there was nothing, just smooth, featureless skin stretched tight over bone. Marcus couldn't move, couldn't breathe, couldn't look away. The figure tilted its head slowly, deliberately, like it was studying him, like it was curious. And then it raised one hand slowly, deliberately, and pointed directly at Marcus. The door slammed shut. Marcus ran. He ran faster than he ever ran in his life, up the stairs, through the corridors, out into the parking lot. He never went back to sub-level 2 again. But Marcus did something that night that would change everything. He pressed record on his daughter's camera. The footage is 7 minutes and 32 seconds long. Most of it shows an empty corridor, flickering lights, and then the door opens. What appears in that doorway has been analyzed by paranormal researchers, video experts, and skeptics around the world. Some say at the trick of the light, pareidolia, the human brain's tendency to see faces and figures where none exist. Others say it's undeniable proof that something exists beyond death. Something that waits in the spaces between life and whatever comes next. I've seen the footage. I'm not going to tell you what to believe, but I will tell you this. 3 separate video analysts confirmed that the footage has never been edited, manipulated, or altered in any way. What Marcus captured that night is real. Whatever real means anymore. After the video leaked online in 2021, 2 other staff members came forward with their own experiences. A nurse named Diana Reeves claimed she heard humming coming from the morgue during her overnight shifts. An old lullaby, the kind a mother might sing to a child. It always started at 3 a.m. and lasted exactly 13 seconds. A morgue technician named James Whitfield, a man who worked with the dead for over 20 years, said that bodies in the morgue would sometimes move. Nothing dramatic. A hand that might have been at someone's side would be resting on their chest the next morning. Eyes that had been closed would be open. Always toward the door. As if they were watching it, waiting for it to open. I spent 3 months investigating St. Miriam's General Hospital, digging through archives, talking to former employees, searching for any explanation, natural or otherwise, for what was happening in that morgue. What I found disturbed me. In 1967, a psychiatric patient named Eleanor Vance was accidentally pronounced dead after suffering a severe catatonic episode. Hospital record indicates she was transferred to the morgue at 11:47 p.m. She was placed in cold storage. She woke up 6 hours later, alone in the dark.
Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, leave a quick comment and share this video. Your support keeps us going.